What is up, guys? And for the Madden YouTube channel, in today's video we're going to take a look at a route that gets free down the sideline against the bench press meta. But before we get into the video, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Also make sure you guys take the time to hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the uploads coming your way here on the Madden YouTube channel. If you guys want to take your game to the next level in Madden 21, please check out my brand new strategy site, gridirongameplans.gg. Gridiron Game Plans is your one-stop source for all things competitive Madden. Every single week in our Sunday Vault update, we take a look at the meta or the most effective tactics available, showing you not only how they work, but also how to counter them. That way you are equipped to use the meta or abuse the meta when you face it in online head-to-head gameplay. On top of that, your subscription also includes any and every offensive and defensive game plan released on the website while your subscription is active. So head over to gridirongameplans.gg, $9.95 per month will get you started and unlock everything on the website, including content that was released before you subscribed. Okay guys, without further ado, let's get into today's video. We're going to talk about the comeback route. Comeback route is a really good route used in spread sets to avoid the bench press. Now, for the purpose of this video, we are going to be going up against Jalen Ramsey, and he does have one step ahead on top of bench press. So I want you guys to ignore any of the examples in which the one step ahead ability plays the comeback cut. What I want to focus on primarily in this video is the fact that the bench press ability will not press a receiver on a comeback route. Now, there are routes that do get free releases on the outside in this game. They are a little inconsistent in terms of torching the press coverage for a one-play score down the sideline. So I prefer the comeback route in terms of a way to just move the ball effectively down the field. One thing that I really like about the comeback route is if you could find a formation that has a receiver on the outside that is off the line of scrimmage. For instance, we could go ahead and show you a spread set like empty base flex here, where you could put a high release receiver on the outside on a comeback route. He will not get pressed. And if you can have a player on the backside that is also able to be motion snapped, this is a great thing to free up two players against the bench press. So search your playbook, try to find a formation that allows you to motion snap a receiver on the short side. And that's something that we actually covered in our most recent Vault update. So I'm kind of showing you a tip that I released in our Vault mixed in with this tip here on the YouTube channel of the comeback route. So let's go ahead and show you empty base flex. Typically speaking, what you're looking for when you're facing man coverage is you're looking for a way to free up the receivers, mostly so they just don't take a fatigue penalty. So you guys have all seen the heavy two-man under meta where I'm going to move the ball back a little bit, give me some room here. You've seen this heavy two-man under meta where basically everybody on the field has bench press. The guy over Jones, the guy over Funchess, the guy over Lazard, and most certainly the outside player Adams. Typically speaking, you're facing this bench press meta where you snap the ball, press happens, and in certain instances you can still beat the press, but when they do get a press win, it fatigues your receiver and makes them really tired. So this ability has been really popular this year because it makes the receivers tired in the middle of the play. You might get a good release off the ball where they get open, but then they slow down in the middle of the play and your guy ends up getting pressed. Now, for instance, in this route, it seems that Davante Adams is not having any issues getting off the press. But when you start to go vertical, you start to notice that from time to time, they will beat that press animation, but then they'll slow down the field. So ideally what you want is a route that will make it so the DB can't even press you. And that route in this year's game is the comeback route. If you could get a receiver that has, I think 90 on all pro release, that will make it so their release to the outside does not get jammed on a comeback route. Now, when it comes to two-man under, that's nice because what ends up happening is you got a deep half safety and you put your opponent in the spot of having to take their safety and put him into a purple zone to take away the sideline throw, or leave them in the deep half, which will give you the sideline throw. Now, on the backside, you're wanting to have some sort of post route that can attack the middle of the field in between the safeties. That way, if they use the safety on Davante Adams' side on a purple zone, you've got a route that can win over the middle deep that attacks the middle of the field where the safety would typically be dropping back and maybe breaking on a throw in that area of the field. You're putting them in a situation where they have to choose one route or the other. So let's go ahead and show you what the high release comeback route looks like here. You see here, it gets a free release off the sideline, and then what you're gonna do is you're gonna throw the ball back. Now, I do wanna note that Jalen Ramsey in this video, if I haven't mentioned it already, has the one-step ahead ability. So don't focus so much on the fact that he is reacting to the cut back, because when you guys are playing MUT, typically speaking, you're not facing someone who's stacking bench press for 1 AP, acrobat for 1 AP, and one step ahead for 3 AP, meaning 5 or half of their defensive AP on one player. Typically speaking, you're facing just bench press and acrobat. If they don't have the one step ahead, you're gonna be able to throw this route super consistently. So again, here for the purpose of this video, don't worry so much about Ramsey being one step ahead on the cut back. Just focus on the fact that he's not pressing at all, and then you can throw that route. Now, if he doesn't have the one step ahead, he's going to get torched on the outside. So let me kind of show you what I mean here. Here's a low release receiver, which is a running back. He's going to get unbumpable down the sideline, and you see how he actually just turns around because he has trash route running. If I were to have Davante Adams over there on the other side of the field, you would see that he would cut back. So the difference between a low route running rating and a high is, notice how Jones just turns around. He has a separation at the top of his route, but he doesn't end up coming back to the ball. That's because of his route running rating being low. Whereas on the other side, Davante Adams, he actually comes back to the football. So you see right here how he's coming back to the quarterback. But again, it's that one step ahead ability on Ramsey that is going to cause Ramsey to play that. It's not the bench press. So let me go ahead and show you here. I'm going to go ahead and move Davante Adams to the other side of the field here. And let's go ahead and I'll show you just an example with him off the line of scrimmage here. I'm going to move him over here and call a different formation and just flip the play. If you were to go against a player who doesn't have one step ahead, this is more or less what the route is going to look like. So watch Adams here on the left side, free release. Actually, right there, he kind of got jammed, which is funny. But you see how he gets that cut back to the ball, and he's able to, get that separation. So you're see here, there's the free release we're looking at, and then he turns around and see how he comes back to the ball. That's what it looks like when the DB doesn't have one step ahead. So don't necessarily worry so much about Jalen Ramsey. Now, again, if you have a low release or a lower release receiver on the outside, look at Devin Funchess here against Jalen Ramsey. Ramsey can press that. So you need to be careful because you have to have that 90 release on All Pro. And I want to say if you play on All Madden, that release number is even lower. I think you can go down to 86 release on All Madden. So for those of you that are curious about that, you can go to 86 release to get that free up on the sideline. Now, ideally what you're looking for here is, again, to put them in a spot where they decide, okay, it's not worth it to play, two-man under. I want to play cover one and force my opponent to beat me elsewhere. So then, for instance, you'll notice that safety in that deep half, you're talking about this player right here, 43, starts to rotate over towards the sideline, and that should be opening up middle breaking routes. So, in terms of Lazard on this play, you would be throwing the ball into this area of the field where that deep half would normally be playing the sideline due to a purple zone. So you're trying to get them in a spot where they have to worry about the sideline and the post at the same time on this play. So always look for a route that attacks the middle of the field from the backside away from this comeback route and put a lot of stress on them. You see right here that Jalen Ramsey has bottleneck active. So he's got his bench press, he's got acrobat, one step ahead, bottleneck. So you see that he's playing the heck out of it. Ramsey is far and away the best man coverage corner in regs. And he's also the only guy that has the bench press ability, which makes it really tough to lab against the bench press because he stays on the cuts on all the routes that actually beat the bench press. But you could definitely tell how this route, if you wait on it just a little bit, can beat that ability. So again, guys, you're looking at 90 deep route running, 90 release. I think deep route running is also good to have on this. I would say 90 and 90 if you're looking for, that type of cocktail to get the best cuts available, to make sure that you're never getting pressed. And then from there, if they don't have one step ahead, bench press won't be able to stop this. So, just try your best to, be patient if they do happen to have bench press and one step ahead, you know, you necessarily wouldn't throw it right on the cut. You more so wait for him to work his way back to the quarterback. You see right there, you can kind of box him out. But if you're just facing bench press, you're going to be able to throw the ball right here at this point. So you see right here, there's the release, unbumpable. You would just throw it literally right there against somebody who doesn't have one step ahead. But because of the acrobat one step ahead, Ramsey is a nightmare. Guys, that is today's video. Comeback routes, their importance. Force your opponents to play those purple zones in their man coverage, not rely just on the one step ahead ability. Look for formations that have both outside receivers off the line of scrimmage. That's a great way to neutralize outside players in bench press. Start making your opponent play nothing but purple zones, and that's going to free up the skinny post, the double move type routes that get open against the cover 1 or cover 0 style defense. So that's today's video. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or complaints, drop those below. As always, I appreciate all the views on the channel, all the support, all the love. Hopefully I'll see you over on Gridiron Game Plans. Until tomorrow, this is Zan. Get in the lab, man. Good luck.